Hi, awesome ones. Well, in a few days, I'm going to be traveling. I'm traveling actually by train to visit my eldest daughter. And I thought to myself, why not share some of the traveling tips that I have? And guess what? I've got 18 of them. And they include what I pack, how I pack, and even what I wear when I'm traveling. So whether you're going away for maybe a weekend or maybe a whole week, this checklist will help. Let's go. Now, first of all, let's take a look at my carry-on. And a lot of times when I fly, what they'll say is, you know, we need to put a lot of carry-on luggage into the cargo hold. And if they pick mine, well, I want to be able to find it, you know, on the carousel at the end of the flight. So this one, it really fits the bill because I can certainly see this fun design on the carousel. It's from American Tourister. It's got that hard outer shell. I also like the 360 wheels on it. Of course, the extendable handle, and there's lots of compartments. I'm going to show you those in just a few minutes. And the last time I checked, it was 28% off. The next thing that I carry with me is a beautiful bag like this one. This is made of real leather, so it's going to wear really, really well. It's available in 4 other colors, and it's $95. So it's got the handles, but it also has the strap, you know, for the crossbody. And the other thing that I really like about it is I feel secure because it does have the zipper. Now, tip number 1 was to get yourself a good carry-on luggage, you know, like a hard cider like that one with the 360 wheels. The second is to get yourself a nice big bag like this. And my third tip for you is to make sure that you put in this bag everything that you might need on the flight or traveling. This bag can fit underneath the seat, you know, in front of you or underneath you. And watch what I can get into it, all right? First of all, you all know my small little purse that I carry around with me everywhere. Well, the small purse can go inside there. And also, maybe I need some aspirin, maybe I need some personal products like mouthwash, something like that. We also need our earbuds because there's a lot of media that we can plug into on a plane, and I always remember to take some tissues as well. Now, I know I can fit this in here. It squishes right inside this bag, but what I've been seeing a lot of people doing, let me just show you how lovely that bag is. It's just gorgeous. What I see a lot of people do at the airports is they just sort of put this around their neck, and that's the way that they carry it, but it certainly is squishable inside this bag. Now, the one reason that I want you to have everything that you might need, like a lot of these flights, some of them are like 8 hours. You don't want to be going, oh, you know, I really need to get an aspirin. I'm getting a headache. And start walking down the aisle, get your carry-on, and really start bothering people as you sift through everything to find your aspirin. That's just not a good plan. And by the way, many of the traveling ideas and also the fashions that I'll have in this video, they're going to be underneath the video description in the comments, and you can also find them at amazon.com/shop/awesomeover50. All you have to do is scroll down to the fashions and also the travel section, and you always pay the same as Amazon usually charges. For the next tip, you really need an emergency recharger. I don't know if you can see this, but this is an emergency recharger for your phone and other devices. Now, you'll notice that this has different extensions, and the reason I love it is because if somebody's traveling with you and they might have a different kind of a device, it has all the charging outlets for those, and I'll tell you, when you need this, you really, really need this. All right, so we're going to change things up a little bit right now, and we're going to go, and I'm going to put my carry-on, I'm going to open it up, show you the inside, and also that bag. I'm going to put them all on my bed and show you the next steps of packing. And so here's the carry-on here, and what I have in here in this zippered up part This is where I like to put my shoes. You know, I got my flip-flops, my Keds, my slippers, and also I have a toiletry bag. This is a great bag. I absolutely love it. It has a handle on it, so you can sort of put it on in the shower in the hotel room. And I have all my toiletries, and if you like makeup like I do, I've got my makeup all in there, lots of other things here. And I just put this in with my shoes, just like that. And then I just kind of zip that all up if I can find the zipper. There it is. All right. So also this has a flap over it as well. Now I also like to have those adapters. If you're going to another country, you need the electrical adapters to plug in various things that you might have, like your charger. And this little one, there's little pouches everywhere in this great carry-on, so I can just put the adapters in there. What I like is that I can find things. You know, I know that they're in a certain spot and I can find them pretty easily. And next what I want to do, I want to show you these. These are called shacket packets, and they are great little packets for putting in your clothes. And you get 5 of them. I won't even be using the larger one today. You get 5 of these for $22. All right, so let me just show you what I've done here. Basically, I used one of the shack packs. That's what it's called, right? Yeah, shack packs. And I've put all my undies in there. So I've got my bras, I've got my underwear, and it's all sort of packed inside there in one of those. So I'm just going to put those in here. In this one, I have put pants, and you'll notice what I'm doing with my clothing. I'm rolling everything. The reason that I'm rolling everything is I want to make sure that it's less wrinkled that way, and you can actually get more into your carry-on or your suitcase if you actually roll them. So that one's just going to fit in just about like that. And next I have tops. I have I've even got a dress in here. So you can see how much these little packets, the bathing suit's in there as well. So they all just kind of fit in there. And that just goes on top. And then I don't even need this one here. And then what I'm going to do is just put that there. Now all I have to do is just kind of snap these together to put things in place. There we go. And I'm just going to close this up. Now you may be thinking to yourself, boy, I wonder if she's going to be able to get that closed. I know I'm going to be able to get it closed, but this American Tourister also has another zipper where you can do an expansion. So I'm just going to, and it expands about another inch for you, but I'm just going to see if I can just zip this up like this. And I sure can. And there you go. I'm ready to go. And by the way, if you like videos like this and also fashion videos, don't forget to subscribe. There's a button down there somewhere, and don't forget to click on the bell, and then you'll be notified when my new videos are out. For tip number 8, make sure that you bring a raincoat, and this one fits in a little pouch like this, and I just love this raincoat. It's available in about 16 different colors for about $38. Now, also what you want to bring is one of these tiny foldable umbrellas, and they're available for about $10. Those last 2 items that I showed you, they were so important when I went to London because it kind of rained every day. But the next thing that you really need, you need a weigh scale like this one. This just attaches onto your luggage and it tells you how much it weighs. Isn't that ingenious? And it's like only around $12. I also suggest that you check the airline and make sure that you know what the weight allowances really are. Okay, now that we're packed, let's decide on what we're going to wear. And let's start off with our feet, because for me, I want my feet to be comfy and cozy. And the way that I do that is I use these Cleo's Skechers shoes. They're like little ballet slippers, and they do feel like slippers. They also have the memory foam inside them. So I would suggest that you wear something like that. And I also wear with them the no-show Skechers little sockettes as well. Planes get really, really cold especially, and I'm going to suggest that there's no way that you want to wear your sandals. I also want to be as comfy as possible, and these stretchy Skechers Go Walk pants at $30 are amazing to travel in. I wear them in black because white might get dirty sitting at the terminal. I also want to wear a breathable, stay dry, wick away the sweat kind of top like this one from Under Armour, and it's about $18 and available in lots of other colors. Now, one thing that I mentioned before was a lot of times those planes, they get really, really cold. So I also make sure that I bring a lovely hoodie like this one with all the fleece lining. This is from Hanes and it's available for about $16. Now, if the terminal is hot, I'll just wrap this around my waist, but it's just, believe me, it's a really nice item to have on hand, and it's available in lots of other colors as well. Now, the other thing that I like to have on hand are these genius foldable Ray-Ban sunglasses. I mean, I know I've showed them to you before, but they are just incredible. They are the Wayfarers, and they just sort of unfold like this. I can take them in my purse. I can take them on the plane if somebody at the window seat has the window open and the sun is shining. And I can also look pretty cool. And they're available for about $213. Tip number 15 is do not make all of your valuables look really, really obvious. Like you can see in this picture here, you know, those kind of fanny packs that a lot of tourists wear. What you want to do instead is you want to wear, this is called a go belt, and it just hides underneath my clothes, like in that second picture there, and you hardly know that your passport, your money, your credit cards are all hidden underneath, and that's available for about $12. Now, if you're flying, this is really, really important. Make sure that you either buy the little travel containers like these, in these sizes, or you can buy the empty containers. Again, just check with the airlines. And I just fill these up, you know, with sunscreen or with my favorite shampoo, that sort of thing. Because if you bring the larger ones, like even larger toothpaste, a lot of times they're going to toss those out. Tip number 17 is always pack your swimsuit. It's so important because a lot of times when you get to the hotel, you find out, oh, maybe they have a hot tub or a pool. Even if they have a spa, a lot of times they're asking you to wear a swimsuit, you know, underneath the robe. And my daughter just told me like a day ago that we're going swimming, and you know, that was really a surprise to me. Tip 18, it may sound really obvious, but leave a lot of time when you're leaving home, because a lot of times for international flights, they want you to be there like 3 hours before the plane takes off. And I gotta tell you, once those gates close, they're closed for good. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, okay, what do I do in the terminal while I'm waiting, especially if you have like a 3 or 4 hour layover? And what I would suggest is that you bring along a notepad like this. I usually have my notepads available, and it's amazing how the time will fly. Like this one here, places on my bucket list where I'd like to go and what I would like to see and that sort of thing. And maybe in this one I'll write down, I don't know, you know, again, bucket list stuff, or also what videos I'd like to do for you, the awesome ones. So if you're with a friend, it's also a good idea to maybe bring something like a crossword puzzle book, and before you know it, the time has just gone and you're ready to board the plane. This year we're just going on 2 mini vacations, but next year is a big one for us, and we're really looking forward to it. And that's what I want to say right here. Always have something to look forward to. And I do realize that some of you, maybe you're caring for an elderly parent, maybe you have budget restraints, or maybe you have disabilities, and I understand that about traveling. However, if you are free to travel, in the last 2 years, the one thing that we did learn is that our traveling can be taken away from us just like that. So what I say is get working on that bucket list. Make sure that you renew your passport, book that ticket, and for me, that's just one more way to keep it awesome.